Hey peeps, all you cats and kittens, it's time to watch another episode of The Tiger King. This is reaction number 3, so if you haven't seen episode reaction 1 and 2, go do that now. It's just you, me, and this dinner, so let's get to it. Disclaimer, I'm using my old camera because of the Memorial Day holiday. I couldn't get the other one, so hopefully this works out pretty good. Without further ado!
And he did mention to me that he felt his life was in danger.
Woohoo, the secret of Carole Baskin and her husband. That's what this episode's about.
That story, but nobody can prove it.
Yeah, the Tiger King. We're all gonna dirty up Carole Baskin in this episode, aren't we? Aren't we? I'm ready. My body's ready. They're trash. So I'm taking what they say with a grain of salt.
He indicated to me that he was going to tell Carole that he wanted a divorce. Never saw him again.
Oh. Don Lewis. Well, I'll listen to what these people have to say about it, and I'll listen.
I met Don in January of 1981. He was 22 years my senior, so he was 42.
Whoa! Yikes!
You have to
That's
understand
an
that
age
Don
gap.
Lewis was married.
And he said, "You can hold this gun on me. I just need somebody to talk to." So I picked up the gun, held it on him. We drove around town, and he talked.
Oh my! Oh!
And I ended up spending the night.
Don Lewis deserted basically his wife and kids because he was in love with the younger blonde woman.
Well, Don Lewis
No,
don't
it's
sound
Carole.
like no saint either. So.
He told me that she's an angel sent straight from hell, and one day you'll find out.
I feel like he is the one that seduced her, not the other way around. So, Carole Baskin ain't really the one who's at fault here.
Really gonna make it. She didn't want to stay walking down the street in the middle of the night.
Young Carol's cute.
I've got her diary. I've got it all.
Boo!
In the world, Carol's diary. He said he wanted to be loved. For
That
the man
seems
he was
schemy.
inside, and that women
Probably worth 20 million, maybe a little more.
Ooh, bang bang. So this is the Carole and Don episode. That's what this episode is. Good to know, I guess.
I had been raped at knife point by 3 men that lived across the street from me when I was 14.
Carole!
In my family, I left home at the age of 15. I got married to my having to raise a child on my own was terrifying.
Carole's tragic
I was
backstory.
20 when I met Don, and by the time we did that, there were no more fur farms in the U.S. that were killing bobcats and lynx.
Alright, so half good, she's buying these cats from fur people. Other half, I don't know, Joe Exotic, hypocritical, much?
Throughout this tape, we'll show you how we take them from the mother, acclimate them to social life with people.
She had called me up and
Acclimate.
asked about raising baby animals since she was
Oh,
making
Carole.
how-to video.
Oh, Carole.
Because the very people that are against breeding used to do the same thing.
I think you'll see throughout this tape that they
Yeah.
are very happy. And there's
I
so
mean,
much
people can
fun.
change, but oh, Carole. Oh, Carole. You used to be one of them!
Carole wanted the animals just to collect and love, and he looked at it more as a business.
Well, if they're admitting that she's the loved one and he's the business one,
Feelings about
then is it really Don's fault?
He loved cubs, he loved breeding cats.
Did he have other women?
I suspected it. I never saw it in person, but I've heard enough to say that that's probably true.
Don's trash.
I've asked forever, but I still don't know.
Joe, leave her diary alone.
Never known, and if you still, I wish there was some way out for me. I'd say she found a way out, wouldn't you?
This would be nice if it wasn't Joe reading her diary.
He had given me a copy of the restraining order that he had filed for her.
Ooh, the plot
This
thickens.
is the second time Carole has gotten angry enough to threaten to kill me.
But that happened in June, and he disappeared in August.
I never threatened him.
Well, I don't know if she's being completely honest there. She probably got mad.
Because he was leaving early in the morning for Miami.
And that was the last thing that he said to me.
Going early, he said, the next day to Costa Rica. And that was the last I saw of him. So I just don't know.
She's consistent, I'll give her that, so.
We was building this cage.
Who knows?
That was the last thing that Don Lewis ever said to me, was if I can pull this off, it will be the slickest thing I ever did in my life.
He was shipping some cars down to Costa Rica.
Apparently there was nothing there that suggested that they should pursue that area any further. There were aerial searches done, but found nothing down to the Costa Rica area.
Costa Rica.
We actually sent myself, there was no record of any takeoff of an airplane, there was no flight filed, nothing.
I mean, anything's possible, including
Don lost his pilot's
she
license
killed
the day
him,
after
but
he got it, so he never flew
you never know.
legit. Every flight he ever did after that, and there were a lot of them, he was flying illegally. So no, he wasn't reporting.
That makes sense.
Where radar picks you up.
I mean, it's all making sense to me.
I don't believe
her story.
My understanding was that he was killed. We'll go there.
I like this guy. Oh dear. Here we go again.
The best thing he's done, it's worth just bringing up. The music video, Here Kitty Kitty, about Carole killing her husband. And a look-alike Carole walking along.
You both are trash! You trash, Joe. You trash!
People want to believe something.
Is there any chance that Don had been killed by one of his cats?
No.
Why?
Didn't happen. There'd be a body, there'd be blood, there'd be this, there'd be skeletons, there'd be bones, there'd be something.
That's true. Pause. That's true, because there was this one time on the news that poachers were attacked by lions, and they still found those poachers' remains. So what Joe is trying to say here is just like, I like this lawyer guy. Joe, he's a little misinformed on some things. Search the internet if that's wrong or not. But I'm pretty sure that lawyer guy's right. There is some evidence when lions attack people that there's some evidence of it.
If we could ever get the law to go in there and dig up that septic tank, I promise you he's underneath that damn thing.
Wait, is he in the septic tank or is he fed by a tiger? Which is it?
I believe that there's a lot of people out there that is speculating and don't have anything to back it up. One day, somebody's going to stub their toe. There is a God. Her name is Karma.
Sometimes legally, you can't pursue exactly what you'd like to do. You have to stay within the bounds of the law.
Carol's brother was a member of the sheriff's department, and I think he maintained some sort of, well, you know, that's
of course.
my sister. I want you to.
I don't think that there was collusion there.
I'm betting that someone's gonna say he did something.
I never really knew my brother.
Needed to protect her and get the money. Let's get the money.
Don's ex-wife certainly has a lot to say about this.
Carole and Vernon, her dad had asked me.
The will and the power of attorney, they were all taken out of the office that day.
It's so much drama. I don't care.
I have, in 37 years, never seen it say, or disappearance. Never have. In that respect, this is terribly unusual.
They got rid of everything that he owned.
If that's true, that's
There was a
fishy.
note pinned to the refrigerator door, it said.
And so he said to nullify their trust, but I didn't, because I felt like those are his kids, and someday he's going to feel differently, so I left it in place.
Interesting.
And I can sit here on this interview and tell you I killed 37 people a week. Well, that's okay. But you gotta have the bodies. It doesn't count.
That's fair. That's fair.
That poor woman is having to live under a cloud of suspicion. She sure is.
Hell for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Let's see, Carol's bitching that.
To live with people constantly saying those things and making those accusations, you know, that can be hurtful and can change a person too.
Preach.
But that was the closest thing that I had to a memorial.
We definitely did not end up With, if I had to say it, probably 10%.
But they still got money, though.
The ownership of money and property comes from doing things in a certain way. Those who do things.
My number one goal in life is going to be to make this woman happy.
Oh, lovely. Is that it? That's it! Okay, well, that episode was a bunch of drama. Nothing I haven't heard before. Carole Baskin killed her husband. I mean, I can see both sides. Carole is like, I think these people are wrong, and I didn't kill my husband, but also, on this side, she seems super suspicious, and I can see why people are like, it didn't get investigated, it should have been thought out better. So, I can see both sides of it. But in the end, there's no evidence, and I can see how it's plausible that she didn't kill her husband. And even if she did, good on her for keeping it a secret this long, I guess, on where his body's at and all that jazz. So, Carole Baskin, this whole episode was dedicated to her. I still, meh. All her shady past stuff, I'm still a fan of hers. Joe was barely in this episode, but the parts he was in, I didn't like him, so. And Doc, So I guess I'm just a little more wary of Carole, but still not hating her, and I still don't think she's as bad as the rest of them. And her husband Don was no saint either. Not like anyone is, I guess. But still, meh. Oh well. Loud. A part of me just wants to watch that episode again to see what's up, but I also feel like it went by really fast because it was just all about Carole and her dead missing husband and the mystery behind it. And it didn't feel like that much drama compared to the other two episodes. I don't know. I'm probably going to watch episode 4 to stir the pot some more. Carole has a shady past. Her husband may have disappeared. He may not have. Who knows? I can see why the investigation's shady. She's still not as crazy as the rest of them. So, there's that. I wish I had more to say about this, but I don't. So, that's it. Go watch the other episodes if you haven't. I'm going to watch episode 4, probably within the next half hour. So, peace out!